Hey everybody, this is Dr. Joe Borio with this week's Thought Flash. And first thing I want to share with you guys is an awesome, life-changing event we've got coming up this weekend. It's going to be Friday, Saturday. It's going to be in Chicago, right at the Chicago Airport Hotel. And it is going to be Friday night from 5 to 9 and all day Saturday. We're real excited about it. We're going to bring in Dr. Jason Haas, who is a CBP practitioner. He's going to teach us technique. I'm going to be speaking there regarding inspiration. We're going to talk about philosophy. We're going to talk about how to change your practice, how to change your life. And then we're going to have Dr. Pete Lombardi, certainly a friend of mine at Chiropassion Consulting, and he is going to speak as well about how he made changes in his life and in his practice in order to obviously increase the number of people that he served. So real excited about this weekend. Hopefully you'll be able to join us. If not, certainly we've got a whole bunch of other events coming up throughout the year. Join us right on our website at chiropassionconsulting.com and take a look at some of those other events. Real excited to have you at any of those events. And let's be totally straight with you. We'd love to have you part of Chiropassion Consulting. So when you go to the event, so you guys know, you're going to learn a lot, and it's worth that value, that fee. But we want you to be part of the program. We want you to join Chiropassion Consulting. We want you to learn how to serve. We want you to see more people. We want you to practice principle-based chiropractic. We want you to have a wonderful staff, a wonderful life, a wonderful balance in your life. So we'd certainly love to have you part of our program as well. That being said, let's talk about today's topic a little bit. And today's topic is on scheduling. When we talk about scheduling people into your practice, one of the mistakes that I see when I go into offices is I'll take a look at their schedule book. Now, I don't care if you're using a book or a computer. I'd certainly recommend using a computer. There's so many other benefits to a computer because you want to map these people out. You want to multi-schedule them out for a year. And that's what I want to, that's really what I want to teach you guys today. Listen, do you plan on being there next year? Just about everyone asked says yes to that question, right? And do you plan on the patient or that member being there next year? And just about everybody I asked would like them to be there. Well, listen, I got a better way to ensure that happening, and that is schedule them out for a year. So once you get a recognition from care for that person, in other words, you're going to say, look, here's the care, here's the adjustment schedule that you're going to need. Notice I don't use the word treatment. Here's the care schedule. Here's the corrective plan you're going to need before we go to maintenance, before we go to lifetime wellness. You need to start talking in those terms in your practice. Not just, okay, here's the treatment for the next 3 weeks, and then we'll take a look at this. And no, listen, you're going to be justifying everything you do along the way, all the time. And then they're going to renegotiate. What, do I really need to come in this long? And do I really need to do that? Yeah. You really need to do it. No one's going to do that with chemotherapy or some other drug or some other specific protocol or their braces. Look, I'm going to wear them. I'll wear them every day for a couple of months, okay? And then after that, you and I need to talk to see how that's going to work out for us. No one's going to do that, okay? So you need to set out parameters for that person, and you need to say, look, this is the type of care you're going to need. This is how long you're going to need care for. This is when wellness care begins and so forth, and you're going to get some agreement from them. Then, real simple, just take the dates that work for them. Now, Bob, I noticed that Wednesday at 3 o'clock seems to be a good time. So 3 o'clock throughout the week is typically a good time for you? Great. I'll see you next Wednesday, or I'll see you tomorrow, or whatever, depending on their schedule, right? Now, your staff takes that and they multi-schedule them out. Again, you can do it on a map, right? If you're using maps, if you're using paper maps, do one that's a 12-month calendar. Have it so it maps them out for the whole 12 months. Really important. If you don't have that, then what you want to use is a computer that'll print it right out. Or you've got your, obviously, your appointment book just becomes very time-consuming and laborsome if you have to use it that way. Okay, but all that being said, the reality is they're going to come in on their next visit, and you're not going to ask them. You're just going to immediately take it upon yourself, take initiative, doing the right thing without being told. You're going to take the initiative, and you're going to have their whole plan printed out for them for the whole year. And you're going to say, Bob, here's your plan for the next 12 months of care. Now, they've already agreed to you being there for the next 12 months, so get that first. Then you hand them that plan. Now, when they look at that plan, they're going to say, hey, That's not going to work for me. This one's that we're away at Disney with the kids or whatever. That's fine, but you know what? Take that home, make any corrections, bring it back, and then you and I will actually reschedule those appointments for you around any other commitments that you have. Oh my God, life-saving. Also, you can put messages on it. When are there re-exams? You can put them on there. Wellness care begins. Looking forward towards wellness care. Looking forward to bringing the rest of your family in. You can put all kinds of great messages on that to print out to give them that sheet. Really, really important. The beauty of that is now, every time I'm coming in, I'm not scheduling an appointment. Or I'm not going 2 weeks out and going, you know what, he still wants me 3. Do I really need to come in 3-2? That's all gone. That just disappears because here is your structured plan for care. I'm not going to say that never happens, but 95% of that will disappear with that plan. So it's really important to multi-schedule everybody up. Now, some of you might be panicking because you're like, well, that's a great idea. How in God's name do I do that? Listen, you can't do everybody all in one day. So what to do is take every 5th person, every 3rd person, take every 10 people, whatever. Pick specifically 10 people in your practice, if you're not doing this, that you're going to do, and then go through the day and multi-schedule that 10. And then the next day you're going to do 10 more. And the next day you're going to do 10 more. And then within a matter of a month, geez, you got 90+% of your people multi-scheduled. Listen, if you're not doing that, everybody's not going to go for it. I get that. Everybody might give you some challenges in that schedule. But if you don't do it, if you choose not to do that, no one will be on plan. The advantage you have here is twofold. You'll be able to take your existing practice and multi-schedule them out for a year, which is huge. For them, it's for them. It's not just for you guys, it's for them. They're going to get much better care. There's going to be continuity of care, which what? Continuity of care means you get better correction, better health, better nervous system improvement. I mean, there's no downside to doing it this way. Okay? And then the other advantage is that everyone new, every new person that comes in your practice now follows that protocol. This is your schedule. This is how we're going to do it. So everyone new follows that protocol. 80–90% of your existing practice will eventually go to that protocol. Life is grand. Okay? Now, we also talk about cluster booking. Ideally, you know, you don't want to have 2 people and, you know, every half hour. So if you have if you got 20 or 30 people coming in, you want to try to cluster them in a group. So try to get them, you know, well, how do you do that? You don't say when you want to come in the morning. You're going to say, I've got an 8 o'clock or an 8:10 or whatever. I've got an appointment at 8 o'clock or 8:15 or whatever. And then you say that to a group of people, so you cluster them. Don't say what time do you want to come in, okay? Give them the time that you have available to come in, and then they're going to pick that time. So you're going to do a cluster in the morning, cluster in the afternoon, cluster in the late afternoon, okay? And by doing it that way, now you've got clusters of people coming in. Why is that important? One, most importantly, they're going to get better care. I can tell you straight out, if you got to get off an office chair or out of some other zone in order to come adjust, that adjustment is never as good as when you're in a pattern of adjusting where you're actually adjusting a whole bunch of people at once. It's great. So that's number one. Number two, the benefit of that is there's an energy that takes place when you do it this way. So what happens is there's a higher energy when you got 10, 15 people in there at one time or within the hour. The staff, the patients, everybody in there really gets kind of caught up with that extra energy, that motion, that activity. You'll be in a different zone, a different mood, a different state, and that becomes infectious, and then that creates more and more excitement in the office, more referrals, more education. As you talk to people about chiropractic, you're educating the other people in there. When you're handling sidestep issues, you're educating other people in there. I mean, there's no downside. There's never a downside to that as well. So multi-scheduling is important. Everyone in my practice is multi-scheduled. I say that 98% of the people, if you go onto the computer and you punch them in, they're scheduled out for 12 months. So that's the beauty of it. Now, it saves an enormous amount of time on the front desk too, right? Not to be disrespectful to our people, but if you schedule every week, you're going to get, Linda's going to come up and go, hold on a second. Opens her book, she pulls her manual out of her purse, opens her book, now you got 2 or 3 people backing up behind her. Hold on, what about this day, what about that, and it's crazy. No, you give them the schedule, let them take that home and cross-reference it with that calendar, let them come back, pencil in the dates that work better, then you just go in the computer or your book or however you're going to do it, and then you make the corrections. I'm telling you, only way to do it. Not only is it the best way to do it, it's the only way to run your practice. And all of a sudden, you start taking control of your practice rather than it taking control of you. A couple other real quick points here before we end it. Don't unlock your door until you're ready to go. You know, I see too many offices, oh, I got people waiting out there, you know. No, listen, we open 10 minutes off. Our door unlocks at least at 10 minutes up, sometimes a couple minutes after, but it's 10 minutes up. We unlock our door 10 minutes to 3. It's 10 minutes to 3. That's it, end of story. I literally had people in a line, 5, 10, 20 people in a line out front, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to them, but my point is that, look, we're not ready to go yet. Your appointment's at 10 of. Once they come in, nothing's going to get done. Your staff starts talking to them, they start gabbing, you got to re-examine, first adjustment, routine adjustments. People want paperwork, they need notes, changing appointments, whatever, and the next thing you know, your staff doesn't get anything done. So my staff is there a minimum of a half hour. Some of my staffs are an hour early, but a minimum of a half hour. We don't unlock the door till 10. Now it's game time. We do a 5-minute huddle. Make sure you're doing your huddle right before, bam, and then you immediately jump into your day. Only way to run your practice. Guys, this has been Dr. Joe Borio with this week's Thought Flash. Hopefully that practice tip will help you guys out. Love to see you in Chicago. If not, like I said, visit our website at chiropassionconsulting.com. Take a look at some other dates. You guys can contact me through email if you have any questions. Love all the positive comments I've been getting all across the country. It's been absolutely fantastic. And remember, serve those people when they come in. Serve them with love, serve them with chiropractic, and may your innate flow from above down, guys. Have a great week.
Best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day